Tom Cruise, the maverick who changed Hollywood. Tom Cruise is a name that resonates far beyond the silver screen, a symbol of Hollywood's golden age, a figure of relentless energy, iconic stunts, deep personal beliefs, and cinematic consistency spanning more than 4 decades. Born Thomas Cruise Mapother on July 3, 1962, in Syracuse, New York, Cruise rose from a troubled childhood marked by instability and poverty to become one of the most bankable and recognizable movie stars in history. His journey, filled with both triumphs and controversies, paints a vivid portrait of ambition, resilience, and the complex interplay between celebrity and identity in the modern age. Raised in a devout Catholic family, Cruise had a peripatetic upbringing, moving over a dozen times by the time he was a teenager due to his father's unstable job history. His early years were not easy. He has publicly described his father as a bully who beat him, and the trauma of his youth became a defining element in the narrative of his tenacious personality. Initially aspiring to become a priest, Cruise attended a Franciscan seminary, before discovering acting in high school, a passion that quickly consumed him. Dropping out of school and heading to New York City with just a few $100s, he pursued acting with the kind of intensity and single-minded focus that would come to define his career. His breakout came in 1983 with the film Risky Business, where his memorable dance scene in a dress shirt and socks to Bob Seger's old-time rock and roll became an indelible image of 80s pop culture. But it was 1986's Top Gun that catapulted Cruise into As the cocky yet talented fighter pilot Pete Maverick Mitchell, Cruise captured the imagination of a generation with his charm, charisma, and daring spirit. The film became a massive hit and established Cruise as a global icon, ushering in an era of blockbuster films led by magnetic personalities and thrilling spectacle. From there, Tom Cruise's filmography reads like a greatest hits collection of modern cinema. His ability to bounce between genres, action, drama, romance, and even science fiction demonstrates a versatility that is often overlooked. He starred in Rain Man, a critical darling that won the Academy Award for Best Picture, alongside Dustin Hoffman. In Born on the 4th of July, he took on the challenging role of Paralyzed Vietnam War veteran Ron Kovic, a performance that earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. The early 1990s saw Cruise continue his dominance with A Few Good Men, where his famous courtroom showdown with Jack Nicholson produced one of the most quoted lines in film history. You can handle the truth. His collaborations with top directors like Martin Scorsese in The Color of Money, Stanley Kubrick in Eyes Wide Shut, and Paul Thomas Anderson in Magnolia displayed Cruise's willingness to stretch his talents beyond commercial fare. Magnolia, in particular, saw him playing a misogynistic self-help guru in a deeply emotional performance that earned him a Golden Globe Award and another Academy Award nomination. But even as he proved his mettle as a serious actor, Cruise was laying the groundwork for his most enduring legacy, the Mission Impossible franchise. Beginning in 1996, Mission Impossible redefined what an action film could be. Cruise, who also served as a producer, committed to performing his own stunts, a choice that astonished fans and terrified insurance companies. Whether he was scaling the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, hanging off the side of a flying aircraft, or executing a halo jump from 25,000 feet, Cruise's dedication to realism and intensity became a signature trait. His physical commitment, even into his 60s, is not merely about it's a philosophy of immersion that makes his movies immersive, visceral experiences. The franchise's success, both critical and commercial, cements Cruise as a unique figure, a blockbuster mainstay whose quality rarely dips, and whose global appeal remains as strong as ever. Beyond action, Cruise also found massive success in romantic dramas like Jerry Maguire, which produced the now iconic lines, "Show me the money, and you had me at hello?" The film highlighted his emotional range and proved he could balance depth with charm. His collaboration with Steven Spielberg on Minority Report and War of the Worlds further proved that Cruise was more than just a heartthrob or daredevil. He was a serious actor with keen instincts for projects that balanced commercial appeal with thematic depth. However, Cruise's life off-screen has often been as dramatic as his film roles. His association with the Church of Scientology has been the most controversial aspect of his public persona. A member since the 1980s, Cruise is perhaps Scientology's most famous adherent. He has described the religion as having helped him overcome dyslexia and emotional struggles, and he has advocated fiercely for its practices. However, his public endorsement of Scientology, particularly during the mid-2000s, sparked intense criticism. The most infamous moment came during a 2005 interview on The Today Show, where Cruise passionately criticized psychiatry and psychiatric medication, clashing with host Matt Lauer. That same year, his exuberant couch-jumping moment on The Oprah Winfrey Show while declaring his love for actress Katie Holmes became fodder for late-night jokes and internet memes. This period marked a decline in Cruise's public favorability, but not necessarily in his box office draw. If anything, Cruise's resilience through media scrutiny only highlighted his unique place in celebrity culture. He is not merely a performer but a brand, and he controls that brand with near-military precision. Tom Cruise's romantic life has also been a topic of fascination. He has been married 3 times to Mimi Rogers, Nicole Kidman, and Katie Holmesworth, each relationship closely chronicled by the media. His decade-long marriage to Nicole Kidman, which ended in 2001, was one of Hollywood's most glamorous unions, culminating in their intense collaboration on Eyes Wide Shut. His highly publicized relationship with Holmes, often dubbed Tomcat, was marked by tabloid frenzy, culminating in a daughter, Suri Cruise, born in 2006. Since their divorce in 2012, Cruise has kept his personal life significantly more private. Some reports suggest he is estranged from his daughter due to his religious beliefs, though Cruise has never confirmed this publicly. Despite these personal controversies, Cruise has always maintained a laser-like focus on his craft. Colleagues routinely describe him as one of the hardest-working people in Hollywood. Someone who arrives on set prepared, collaborative, and intensely focused on delivering the best possible product. His attention to detail, insistence on excellence, and deep involvement in every facet of production set him apart from many of his peers. It's not just about ego or control, it's about legacy. What makes Tom Cruise truly fascinating is the way he embodies the very idea of the movie's concept that has evolved drastically over time. In an era where franchises often eclipse individual actors, Cruise remains a draw in and of himself. He doesn't just star in movies, he defines them. There's a reason why Top Gun Maverick, released decades after the original, became one of the highest-grossing films of the year and earned widespread acclaim. It was more than nostalgia. It was a testament to Cruise's enduring ability to capture the zeitgeist. The film's success also reinforced his unique position in the industry. While many of his contemporaries have turned to streaming platforms or taken smaller roles, Cruise continues to champion the theatrical experience. He is a vocal advocate for big-screen cinema, often credited with helping revive theater attendance post-pandemic. His insistence on practical effects, real locations, and visceral filmmaking sets a standard few others match. Cruise's work ethic is legendary. He is known for undergoing rigorous training for roles, whether learning to fly fighter jets, mastering complex choreography, or studying characters in depth. For The Last Samurai, he immersed himself in Japanese culture and trained extensively in martial arts. For Mission Impossible Fallout, he learned to fly a helicopter just to perform an aerial chase sequence himself. These efforts are not just for spectacle. They reflect a deep respect for the art of filmmaking. Despite never winning an Academy Award, Cruise has earned the respect of his peers, directors, and global audiences. Awards may have eluded him, but cultural impact has not. He's not just a movie star, he's an institution, one that has outlasted trends, weathered scandals, and continually reinvented itself. Tom Cruise also reflects the duality of modern fame. On the one hand, he is intensely private, controlled, and methodical. On the other, he is wildly expressive, passionately engaged, and fiercely loyal to those he works with. This duality creates a mystique that is rare in today's hyper-transparent celebrity culture. It makes him both relatable and unknowable, a trait shared by the greatest screen legends. Despite the changing tides of Hollywood, Cruise remains remarkably consistent in his core values: commitment, discipline, and an unrelenting desire to entertain. He has never allowed failure to define him. Even his few box office missteps, such as The Mummy, did little to dent his momentum. Instead, he learns, adapts, and returns with something stronger. His adaptability in an ever-evolving industry is a masterclass in longevity. In the broader context of Hollywood history, Cruise represents a bridge between old and new. He carries the legacy of classic movie stars, actors like Paul Newman, Steve McQueen, and Cary Grant, while simultaneously forging new paths in action cinema, production, innovation, and global marketing. He is among the few who not only perform but also shape the very nature of their films from script to screen. His presence guarantees a certain level of quality, spectacle, and commitment that few others can match. As he continues into his 60s, with no signs of slowing down, Cruise is redefining what aging in Hollywood looks like. There is no retreat to safe roles or guest appearances, only forward motion. His upcoming mission? Impossible installments and rumored space set. Movies suggest a man not bound by gravity, both figuratively and literally. Cruise's dedication to pushing limits, physically and creatively, remains unmatched. In the final analysis, Tom Cruise is not just an actor or a celebrity. He is a cultural phenomenon. His story is one of transformation and the power of unwavering belief in oneself, in one's work, and in the magic of cinema. He has faced criticism, weathered storms, and emerged each time with an ever more impressive resume. For many, Tom Cruise represents the last great movie star, a relic of a time when names alone could fill theaters. But in truth, he's more than that. He is a relentless force, a man who believed in the impossible and against all odds, made it real. As the credits roll on each new chapter of his extraordinary career, one thing remains certain. The world may change, the industry may shift, but Tom Cruise will continue to defy expectations and gravity itself. And that, perhaps, is his greatest stunt of all. Thank you for joining us on this in-depth journey through the incredible life and career of Tom Cruiseman, whose dedication, resilience, and passion have not only defined his legacy, but also reshaped the landscape of modern cinema. From his early days of struggle to his rise as one of the most iconic and enduring stars in Hollywood history, Cruise's story reminds us that greatness is not just about talent, but about discipline, vision, and an unshakable belief in one's purpose. Whether he's performing jaw-dropping stunts, delivering powerful performances, or advocating for the magic of the big screen, Tom Cruise continues to inspire millions around the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more stories about the world's most fascinating personalities, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got plenty more powerful stories and cinematic journeys coming your way. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.